allowed all kinds of questions.
Okay, so this one's a little different. I have a coworker friend, and
Hmm?
she says something must be wrong. I don't know what it is. Do I have written on my forehead, lie to me? So most all the people she runs into, other coworkers, friends, boyfriends, whatnot, are not honest with her. So she says, how can I find out what it is?
Yeah, that can be a little bit of a hard one.
Yeah.
You know, how old is this person?
Uh,
Like in general,
early 30s.
early 30s. Mm,
Sorry. I thought I'd at least ask.
would you say that like she's a little bit naive or gullible or anything like that?
It's possible.
Like just what you know of her, does that jump out at you or no?
Slightly. And then I would question, like, is there maybe an honesty issue in her that I don't know about?
Right. So you could do a couple of things here. And it sounds kind of weird and wacky, but you could say it could be something that she's struggling with. It could be a pattern that she grew up with. It could be, like you said, a karmic issue, maybe that she came in with. But there's two oils that I would go to right off the bat as like, I'd give this a shot right off the bat. And, because sometimes, and I would even put myself in this situation when I was young. Like sometimes I kind of knew the truth, but I didn't like the truth. So I would be kind of okay with the lie and like turn my eyes away from it, like it'll just resolve itself. You know what I mean?
Sure. I understand
And
that.
I would say that's a little pain oriented. It's
Okay.
I don't want to be in pain knowing that my friend is doing this, or knowing that my girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever, is doing something, right? And so you have a couple of choices. One would be galbanum, and galbanum does like some weird things that you wouldn't think of, and that this could actually be something that is helpful. The other one is bacopa, the one that we were just talking about with the brain issue. Part of what it does is it like cleans up the amygdala, which is tied to like emotional learning. It cleans up some of the thought processes in the mind. But one of the things that it also does is it energetically cleans up the area, not your feet, but below your feet. And you could say some of the patterns that we struggle with in our lives are tied to the energy below our feet. And so I would try one of them. And honestly, I would probably try Bacopa first. But if you had galbanum and wanted to let her try it for a little bit, you could do that. One or the other is probably going to help her somewhat in this area.
And as doing the sustained inhalations, should she also focus on that area, or is this
Wouldn't
more
hurt.
drops in water?
It wouldn't hurt. Either one of them you could take internally, but I would also inhale them. I kind of like the idea that she could think of different people in her lives, but it would still work even if she didn't.
And then is part of the goal to just, I guess, receive clarity as you go through this?
Yeah, if it's the Bacopa that's helping, she'll kind of learn some, like she'll let go of some old emotional learning and like develop some new learning, like I need to not interact with these kinds of people, right? If it's the galbanum, it kind of, it's like it makes you kind of not like check out somewhat. and it makes you be able to like face a pain because it's not as painful and go, yeah, I'm not going to do this dance anymore. I'm just not doing it. And so
Okay.
it makes it easier for them to kind of call the person on it or call it what it is and step away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, that can be hard for some
It
people.
can be hard for most
Ooh,
people. And given her age, it's usually something that happens a little bit later in life. Like that, like 20s, early 30s, this kind of stuff happens. And sometimes you outgrow it, just because life beats you up a little bit. And it just helps her to step into it a little bit faster. Because even the thing
yes.
with like stepping away is, you know, who doesn't want to be like liked or accepted or whatever, and sometimes it's like, well, I don't want to do this because I don't want to upset somebody, or I don't want to step away from this situation, or it's a little bit good, where when you kind of temper that pain response a little bit, you're like, not dealing with this anymore, like this is too painful, you know.
Yeah. Excellent. Oh, thank you very much.
if
That'll
if
be
those
helpful.
don't work, I would definitely give them like probably at least a good month or so. But if those don't work,
Okay.
there's other things that we can do. It's a bit more complicated, but that's where I would start no matter what.
Okay. Great to have a starting point. Thank you
Yeah,
so much, Greg.
you're so welcome.
Thank you.